is attached to the territories of different states, including east of Arkansas, south of Louisiana, and in some counties in western Mississippi. Famous for its fertile alluvial soil that has accumulated over much time, the Mississippi River Delta is one of the most developed horticultural regions of the United States. The most popular crops grown here are cotton, soybeans, or rice. In addition to agriculture, the Mississippi Delta is also known for being home to the largest number of waterfowl species in the United States. This area has always been considered a paradise for waterfowl enthusiasts and birdwatchers. The Mississippi River Delta serves as an important stopping point for waterfowl during their annual migrations along the Mississippi Flyway, a major American bird migration route. The wetlands and marshes here provide an abundant food source and a safe resting place for millions of waterfowl. Before we explore the agricultural sector of the Mississippi Delta region, let's explore together how the lives of millions of waterfowl in this region go on. Today, the waterfowl population in the Mississippi River Delta includes a variety of species such as mallards, wood ducks, teals, herons, and countless other species of wading birds. These are black skimmers, one of the most familiar birds in the Mississippi Delta region. Mid-spring is usually the mating and breeding time for thousands of black skimmers. This bird usually chooses sandy areas near riverbanks to breed and care for their young. A pair of black skimmers usually lays only 2 eggs, and the hatching rate is about 90%. The task of caring for and protecting their young is mainly performed by the female birds. Meanwhile, the father birds will be responsible for providing food and chasing away those who intend to hurt their young. The black skimmer is a rather aggressive bird. During the breeding season, they may even kill the young of other birds to protect their territory. In the Mississippi River Delta, we can easily recognize these birds when they gather in large flocks of up to several thousand individuals. However, when foraging, this bird often has a habit of foraging singularly or in groups with only a few individuals. Another common water bird in the eastern Mississippi Delta is the white ibis. They usually gather in flocks of several hundred individuals and feed in the plains of southern Louisiana. Unlike the black skimmer, the white ibis often nests in flooded forests instead of right next to rivers or mudflats. It is estimated that the number of white ibis in the United States today is more than 2 million individuals, and most of them live and nest in areas of Louisiana. The white ibis is rather a friendly bird. However, in the process of feeding, this bird especially hates to share territory with other waterfowl. That is why birdwatchers rarely come across flocks of white ibis feeding with other waterfowl in one location. Another waterfowl that we easily see in the Mississippi Delta area is the white pelican, one of the largest water birds living in this area. It is estimated that there are more than 800,000 white pelicans living in the United States today, and about 65% of them regularly occur in the Mississippi River areas in the state of Arkansas. The white pelican is a rather aggressive and omnivorous bird. When food is scarce, some pelicans may even eat the young of other birds nesting in their feeding grounds. Do you know what kind of bird this is? Let me know your answer in the comments section of this video. Farewell to the water birds of the Mississippi Delta. Now we'll go to some fields in this area to see how farming processes here work. This is a vast sugarcane field in southern Louisiana, where most of the arable land is alluvial soil fed by the Mississippi River. Every October is when the cane harvest takes place across the fields in Louisiana. Currently, in Louisiana, about 403,000 acres of farmland are used to grow sugarcane, and annual cane production here is about 29 to 30 billion pounds, ranking second in sugarcane production in the country. According to USDA statistics, in 2022, Florida is the state with the largest sugarcane production in the country. They usually produce around 37 billion pounds. After harvesting, thousands of tons of sugarcane will be poured into these wagons before being transported to the sugar factory. This is an exterior view of a sugar mill in Louisiana. Currently, there are 11 operating sugar mills in Louisiana, and annual production in the state is about 3.3 billion pounds, accounting for 20% of the country's sugarcane production. Approximately 46% of sugar in the United States is produced from sugarcane, and the remaining 54% is produced from sugar beets. Agriculture in the Mississippi Delta is also associated with another famous food crop. It's rice. Currently, about 47% of the country's rice production is produced in this delta region. Specifically, the vast rice fields are mainly located in the southern region of Arkansas, which also has fertile alluvial soil. According to USDA data, more than 1.2 million acres of land in Arkansas are currently used to grow rice, and farmers in the state produce about 9.3 billion pounds of rice each year. The rice industry in Arkansas is worth between $1.2 and $1.4 billion each year. It is also the second most valuable cash crop in the state, and one of the three most popular crops in the Mississippi Delta region. Hello my friends. Wild boars, coyotes, and white-tailed deer have always been considered animals that cause the most damage to agriculture and farmers in the United States. However, few people know that in recent decades, millions of wild birds have also caused significant damage to farmers in this country, especially grain farmers. According to a USDA report in 2021, the wild birds that cause the most damage to agriculture in the United States include the rock pigeon, house sparrow, cattle egret, and the red-winged blackbird. In addition, another invasive bird, the European starling, is also considered a concern for many farmers in the country. These are red-winged blackbirds, a common bird found throughout North America, including the United States. According to the United States Fish and Wildlife Service, in a survey in 2021, the organization estimates that there are between 120 million and 190 million red-winged blackbirds living in the United States. The number of these birds in North America could be more than 630 million individuals. In the southern states of America, the red-winged blackbirds usually start nesting and breeding from early March to late April. Females usually lay 3 to 4 eggs, and the time from incubation to adult chicks usually lasts about 23 days, depending on the weather conditions and the sources of food that they get. Red-winged blackbirds are known to be territorial birds, especially during the breeding season, when they protect their nests and young. If humans get too close to their nests, especially during this breeding season, these birds may perceive it as a threat and react aggressively. These birds are very sensitive to any intrusion they sense in their nesting territory. Even raptors that appear within their nesting territory will be attacked by the red-winged blackbirds. They will not hesitate to attack and repel intruders. The red-winged blackbird is considered to be a fully physiological mature when they reach 12 to 15 months of age. At this stage, the average weight of this bird is about 0.2 pounds, 3 times smaller than pigeons. Like the millions of wild parrots in Australia, red-winged blackbirds usually pose no problem to American farmers if they don't congregate in large flocks. Many people even have a hobby of providing free food to attract these red-winged blackbirds to their gardens. During the fall and winter, the red-winged blackbirds often gather in large flocks to migrate together, or the formation of large flocks can also take place in locations where these birds find an abundant source of food. Flocks of red-winged blackbirds, which may number in the thousands, even tens of thousands, often have the habit of feeding in wetlands or in grain fields. Red-winged blackbirds are opportunistic foragers, and they may eat seeds planted by farmers before they have a chance to germinate or grow. In addition, this bird also often appears in fields of wheat, sunflower, or corn to feed at the pre-harvest stage. If you are a sunflower or wheat farmer on a scale of several acres, the presence of thousands of these birds in the field can cost your crop between 30 to 50% of its yield. Not only does it affect agriculture, but flocks of red-winged blackbirds, numbering in the tens of thousands, have appeared in urban areas, which causes these areas to be horribly polluted due to the millions of piles of dung that they leave behind. In recent years, the use of nets to protect crops or intimidation measures are often used by farmers in some US states to deal with red-winged blackbirds when they gather in large flocks and move to agricultural areas. In addition to the red-winged blackbird, another invasive bird that also causes many negative agricultural and environmental problems in the United States is the European starling. The European starling was introduced to North America in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Since then, the population of this bird has increased rapidly, and they are considered one of the most successful birds in the United States. It is estimated that there is currently about 250 million European starlings in North America, and about 75% of them live in the United States. European starlings often nest and breed in areas close to human habitation. They are considered to be monogamous, and each year a pair of European starlings usually gives birth to 4 to 5 chicks. Like the millions of red-winged blackbirds, European starlings would not be a problem if they did not congregate in large flocks of the millions. Currently, states such as California, Texas, Florida, and Michigan are often the places with the largest populations of European starlings in the United States. These are also the states that regularly record the appearance of European starling flocks of up to millions. Like the red-winged blackbirds, large flocks of European starlings also have the habit of foraging in grain fields and vegetable fields. In addition, this invasive bird also regularly feeds on the farms of fruit trees such as cherries, grapes, and blackberries. The biggest problem that a flock of European starlings causes is hygienic. Large amounts of their droppings contaminate animal feed or water in agricultural areas. Do you have a problem with wild birds appearing near where you live? Let us know your problems in the comments section of this video.